Hey, Shalom, Kalalal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Now, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Chodash. And double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, Shalom. And also Shalom unto you, Akim, that are in the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in sincerity and risking your lives to do so. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai continue to be with you in the spirit. And this is the VOJ, the voice of Jacob, and my name is Brother Gabar Allah. Lord willing, this will be edifying and thought-provoking in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Also, Shalom unto the hopeful elect that comes out of the nation of Israel. Many are called, but few are chosen. And the hopeful elect that comes out of the nation of Israel, you are chosen for salvation. You are going to be the first fruits that are going to be delivered out of Babylon. And you're going to start up the kingdom of heaven under Yahushai and the rank and file on down. So, yeah, this video that I'm about to show you here raises concerns and alarm over the use of bioengineered meat. And also, it brings up the idea of people being treated as inferior as in, poor people, that is. And also, it's showing a perceived cover-up or a lack of transparency about what's in the food or in Campbell's products specifically. And you know what I'm thinking of right off the bat. Ezekiel, the 4th chapter and the 13th verse on down, But I'm going to read this post here. It's from X, and this made headlines. Obviously, it's on the local 4 news channel here, and also there's various articles on the internet bringing this out. Anyways, it says, breaking: Campbell's Soup VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally was secretly recorded saying the company uses bioengineered meat. Their products aren't healthy and that it's mostly poor people who buy them. We have shit for fucking poor people. Who buys our shit? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the fuck's in it, bioengineered meat, I don't want to eat a fucking piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. See, and those are their words. Now I'm going to play the video so you can hear it for yourself.
A former Campbell's Soup Company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's so healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Hey man, these are the people that run the world, and these are the people that are handling your food. People that are high on drugs, people that don't have a filter, people that don't care about people. And, the Lord prophesied about all these things. We're going to go through all these things. We're going to eat the foul food among the Gentiles. The love of many shall wax cold. This is what you're seeing. Is this the world that you want to live in? Especially now if it's going to be fused with AI and machines, right? Is this the world that you want? Hey, this is why we look forward to the kingdom of heaven. This is why we look forward to Yahushua coming back. All eyes shall see him. You can't look, you got to be under these people. These people are lawless brute beasts, man. God damn. And you know who suffers the most? The poor. And the poor is who? Yasha Allah. Mainly you Israelites, man. You Israelites, you're eating this stuff. Hell, you know, when I was younger, man, I used to eat Campbell's. Especially over here in Canada. You know, people eat a lot of Campbell's soup. Right? I used to eat a lot of that as a child. You know, their chicken soup, chicken noodle soup, and their cream of mushroom. I remember that as a child. So, you know, here it is, man. Bioengineered meat. Yeah, meat that comes out of a printer, a 3D printer, or who knows what it really is. It could be human flesh. Who knows? So there you go, man.
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
Millions on another thing. They couldn't think for the other like you dumb
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, you know, like we treat you like family, you know, here at Campbell's, you know, come.
False advertising, man. Bad marketing. Heart healthy. This ain't healthy for you. 50% less sodium. That's why we call you the devil, Esau, Edom. You are the devil that the Bible speaks of, and you are the wicked as well. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, the border of wickedness. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Yeah. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Yeah, you are the mystery of iniquity that is being revealed, man. You are a damn devil, man. Heart healthy. Come on, man.
Work for us, you know, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's. It says, quote, "If accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this matter." We've also reached out directly to Martin Bally.
There you go, man. Oh, yeah, but, you know, some Israelites, they think that we got 10 years. 10, 20 years left in this place. You know? What a joke, man. This place is wicked. You get a precept. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And it says, Then the Lord said, "This is how Yasha Allah will eat defiled bread in the Gentile lands to which I will banish them." You see? Right? Verse 14. Then I said, "O sovereign Yahweh, must I be defiled by using human dung? For I have never been defiled before. From the time I was a child until now, I have never eaten any animal that died of sickness or was killed by other animals. I have never eaten any meat forbidden by the law." Right? Yeah, and that's true. Yeah, that's true, man. And, you know, he had real food back then. That's one thing about the ancient world. You had real food, and he was eating lawful foods. You know, in this day and age, we don't even know what the hell we're eating. But you know, we're here to just rehearse the righteous acts for now, Judges 5 and 11. So it's really a rehearsal, and you know, if it's a rehearsal, it means it's not perfect. But you know, by faith and you know, by our good intentions, us being obedient, we're practicing the law to the best of our ability, and that's all you can really do in this place. And you have to put prayers over your food, man. You have to make sure the Lord is with you. You gotta ask the Lord to be with you. But that's a damn shame, man. Verse 15, "All right," the Lord said, "you may bake your bread with cow dung instead of human dung." Right? So, by the way, that's what they did back then in the ancient world. For those of you that don't know, dung back then was a source of fuel. If firewood was scarce, they would use animal feces or dung to create a fire. So he pretty much had to bake his bread over cow shit. Now the Lord really wanted him to use human dung, but he's like, nah, man, I'm not doing that because human dung is toxic. So the Lord gave him a break, man. Said, okay, you're gonna bake your food, your bread, over cow feces. some people say that the food itself, the bread, is it had feces in it, but I don't believe so. From reading it, I think he had to bake his bread over feces, and this symbolized the hardship that Yasha Allah was going to go through during the siege, the Babylonian siege, when the Babylonians came and took them down. Right, that's why he had to lay on his side, eating the defiled food. That represented the hardship that Yasha Allah was going to go through. But this applies to today. You get a good cut of meat, right? They cut the meat up, whether it be beef, poultry, right, or fish. But then it's packaged in a very bad way. First of all, the poultry, the beef, it's packaged in plastic and styrofoam. So all them chemicals are going into the food. And then on top of that, the animal wasn't even slaughtered properly, right? Due to all this factory farming that's going on. That's unlawful. These harsh conditions that these animals experience before they're slaughtered, man. So, that's what you're going to go through. But it's going to get worse in the very end when all hell breaks loose, man. You're not going to have food at all. You people out here. All right. So, yeah. That siege, right? The act that he did, when you read in Ezekiel, the 4th chapter here, the act, symbolized defilement and hardship Yasha Allah would face during the siege. Okay. So, the Most High commanded Ezekiel to bake bread over human dung to represent the extreme scarcity and defilement Yasha Allah would have to face during the coming siege, man. And you tribes deserve everything that you're going to get when this kingdom falls, man. Hell, you deserve what you're getting now by eating all these defiled foods, because you tribes are wicked, man. You're wicked. And I'm sure, man, when people saw Ezekiel doing this, they called him bugged out. Because that's how the prophets were treated. They were treated bad. They were killed for telling the truth. And when they did extreme things for Yahweh Bashim Yoshai and to get the nation's attention, they were treated bad. Treated like garbage. Probably passing by Ezekiel saying, that's never going to happen. Oh, this guy's bugged out. This guy's wilding. You know how Jake is. But yeah. All right, so let me get this one. Let's get this one here. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 6. And it says, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." Right? So, and I'm just bringing this out because, obviously this describes a future period of severe food scarcity and also economic pressure, where essential food becomes tightly controlled or overpriced. Right? And, you're not getting the bang for your buck, even if it's cheap food. Right? The poor are treated like shit. Right? As you can see here, they treat the poor like animals, man. They even give a damn about your food. Bioengineered meat. You hear the man saying it. Like, I don't want to eat a fucking piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. What else did he say? We have shit for fucking poor people. Who buys our shit? Come on, man. But yeah, that's just how it is. Next one. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. "You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times." That's right. And we are in the last days of the last days right now. And yes, it's beginning to get very difficult. And our Lord said it in Matthew, the 24th chapter. This is the beginning of sorrows, man. All hell hasn't broken loose yet, but it's getting very difficult. Right? And in all things, man. The standard of living is higher and higher. Every year, prices go up. Or every month, that is. Your rent's always going up. Your bills you always have bills to pay. The bills are going up. And then you're not even getting the bang for your buck with whatever you pay for. The food quality is garbage. There's no point in going out to eat. It just sucks, right? It's not like how it was 10 to 20 years ago. You could see, the drastic change in the quality of the food, man, and the goods that you buy. So, yeah, things are getting more difficult. Verse 2, it says, "For people will love only themselves and their money." That's right. Big, greedy corporations, man. They love themselves and their corporations. You can see this guy's selfish. I don't want to eat a fucking piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. It's bioengineered meat. Right? Come on, man. Lovers of their own selves, man. They will be boastful and proud, very boastful and proud. This guy was very arrogant, like the guy said in the clip. This guy has no filter. He wasn't brought up on any charges. They didn't write him up. They didn't do any of that. This guy was proud and arrogant. Scoffing at the Most High, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. Yes, and you have all these things taking place right now. And it's not just disobedient to your biological parents, it's also your spiritual parents too. People out here, they're very ungrateful. Show no gratitude. Very ungrateful, unthankful. They will consider nothing sacred, and that's the key point here, sacred, because we have a dietary law. This devil Esau Edom, he doesn't find the dietary law that the Lord has given us sacred. This is sacred. The dietary law is very sacred. That's a part of the commandments, and also a part of the 613 laws that we were given, right? So he doesn't find food sacred at all, and that's why he'll give you slop to eat. And he has no conscience, and he has no remorse, man. And this is why you got to go down. This is why you're the devil. You're the devil that the Bible speaks of, Esau Edom. Come on, man. Hey, but 2 Timothy 3, chapter 3, verse 1 to 2 is on point, man. You can see the arrogance and the contempt that's implied in the alleged corporate comments. It echoes this shit, man. You see this. You see this shit. It's messed up. That's messed up. But it is what it is. Anyways, man, that's it. Hope this was edifying. Till next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Chodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, GMS Shalom, and Shalom unto you, Akim, that's out there in the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in sincerity and not for vain glory, and risking your lives to do so. Shalom unto the hopeful elect. This is the VOJ, voice of Jacob. My name is Brother Gobari Allah. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom. Kwame Ashala.